Hey, Happy New Year. It's George Stallings with Sales Solutions. Welcome to 2022. And 2022 brings us a brand new Ansi standard. It's technically effective in August of this year, but it was adopted last year. So I want to go through that because I think it's a great standard and I think it's going to change the way the workplace is operated with regard to retractables. A lot of times we have problems with people understanding or not reading their instructions on the retractables and believe that they can work in any environment. And now the ANSI standard is addressing that. It's a Z359.14 standard that's changing. And so let's go over real brief the big changes. We're getting rid of Class A and Class B retractables. People loved to confuse those two things. And remember, a Class A retractable was one that had to arrest a fall in 24 inches or less, and a max arresting force of 1,350 pounds. Class B retractable is one that had to arrest a fall between 25 inches and 54 inches. And always people thought that B and A, one was superior to the other, and that really wasn't the case, and that wasn't really how it was designed to do. So what ANSI, after a few fatalities and a bunch of recalls from different manufacturers, decided they needed to maybe harmonize the standard. I mean, that's my word, not ANSI's, and make it a little bit easier for people to use retractables. And so now we have Class 1 and Class 2 retractables. And don't forget, this is an important feature for ANSI, the retractables, because a lot of people, smartly so, are replacing lanyards with retractables. But it's also a place we have to be hyper-focused. Last year, 2020 in OSHA terms, we killed 805 workers. That was a year we were down a lot of work, so our exposure was low, but we still killed 800 workers from falls, 805 to be exact. Some of those died because they used the retractables incorrectly. Some of those died because they used their equipment incorrectly. And third, some died because they didn't use any fall protection. But let's get back to the retractables. Now the standard's harmonizing a little bit, and what we're doing is we're changing the classification. So what are they? Like I have on the back of my harness here, this is a personal retractable on my back. This is a retractable that was designed by Faltech. It was designed by Faltech. It's our little DoorTech Mini, and it has Dyneema webbing, and it is allowed to be tied off 5 feet below D-ring. However, this is not a leading edge retractable, and there's a lot of retractables people use in lifts, small ones, and they think that they're okay to use around anywhere, and they're simply not. So this one, under the new standard, is a Class 1 retractable. And Class 1 means that it can go up anchor point overhead and maximum at D-ring level. It cannot do anything below D-ring. So when I'm using a mini DoorTech like this, I'm going to use it above or at D-ring. Now, in the case of Faltech, we are still going to classify this retractable as a Class 1, but we're going to give you a letter that basically states you can use it in lifts because that's the way we designed this retractable, and that's why we have 5 feet below D-ring. But I want to be very clear with everyone watching this video. It is not a leading edge retractable, and that's where a lot of people get confused. What is a leading edge retractable? And this is where the Class 2 retractables come into play. So a Class 2 retractable is one that can go overhead, at D-ring level, and at foot level. And what does foot level mean? Foot level means 5 feet below D-ring, and that retractable has to be designed to withstand a 5-foot free fall against structural steel, a sharpened edge to .005 sharpness, free fall 5 feet, 310 pounds, swung there, and also has to do a dynamic load test, or static load test of 3,600 pounds. And this is the picture of our new FTR. This is from Faltech, and this is a brand new Class 2 leading edge retractable. And a lot of people get confused in this new standard, and they believe it's getting rid of leading edge. It's simply not. It just means that a Class 2 retractable has to be able to deal with overhead, at D-ring, and leading edge applications. And so what makes this leading edge, or this new FTR retractable from Faltech? And this already meets the new standard, so Faltech's way ahead of schedule. 1, it has a shock pack. 2, it has thicker cable. This is 7/32 cable. And this retractable is really designed to work at 5 feet below D-ring, work in and out easily, so you know my movement's in and out. So I'm working horizontally, really nice, and I'm subjected to extreme falls. That leading edge fall is extremely dangerous that worker can take. Who are working leading edges? Concrete workers, iron workers, steel workers, decking workers, glazers. These are all people that are working on the leading edge and need the proper product to do it. And that's the critical part of this standard. I feel that you'll see a change in the marketplace where general contractors and owners of facilities that are doing construction work and industrial work may take this opportunity to say, hey, when you work on our sites, you're going to have Class 2 retractables. Why? Because we know the Class 2 retractable can be used in all the situations. And so when you're out there shopping for your fall protection, look for manufacturers that meet the standard already. Our manufacturing plants in Compton, California are already out making retractables, making the standard change today, not in August. There are some rumors out there that the standard may be pushed a little bit till next year. That's just manufacturers asking for more time because they don't have the capability to do the testing, or they don't have the capability to get the retractables they have being made overseas to market fast enough. But not Faltech. We're here. We're ready to go. So if you need more information on Class 1 or Class 2 retractables, call Sales Solutions. Have a great day. Happy New Year.